First at 4, thousands of auto workers are wondering, will they be on strike by the end of the week? We have new information on how far apart the two sides are. Guiding Michigan State through a scandal, we have the first public comments from the interim football coach after Mel Tucker is suspended. Good afternoon, Kim.
Hey, Karen. Well, we've got a pretty nice afternoon, but we are starting to see a couple little areas of rain pop up on Exact Track 40 radar. We'll do some street level mapping in a couple of minutes.
Getting it right, a local nonprofit goes under the microscope as scientists study what they are doing right in teaching students.
That's the loneliest place in the world when you can't read.
Why the downtown boxing gym is pulling no punches in the secret to its success.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, Michigan State University faces growing questions at this hour about how it handled the investigation of Mel Tucker. We're also hearing from the interim football coach for the first time. Tucker is suspended without pay pending allegations of sexual harassment from Brenda Tracy, an advocate against sexual violence. Her complaint centers on a phone call back in April of 2022. She calls it harassment. Tucker says it was a consensual conversation. Now, we have requested interviews with athletic director Alan Haller and interim university president Teresa Woodruff to learn more about the exact timeline, but so far they've declined our requests. Today, interim coach Harlan Barnett says he is urging the football team to keep the focus on their mission.
I told those guys that, hey man, we got to all come together in this time of adversity, and we have to be unified through the adversity so that we can, and then we need all our leaders to lead, not only the coaches, but the leaders to lead. And I told them they lead by love, encouragement, accountability, and discipline.
Tucker admits a personal relationship with Tracy, but denies harassment. His statement says, in part, quote, her twisting of our personal relationship months after it concluded is designed to revive her career and destroy my life, precipitated by her greed. Tracy calls that victim blaming and says she is ready to tell her story at an upcoming hearing, saying, quote, October 5th and 6th, I will be present for the hearing and make myself available for cross-examination by his attorney. I invite him to do the same. Other big story at this hour, that strike deadline. It is coming closer and closer for thousands of UAW workers at Detroit's Big Three. So here's the very latest. Negotiations continue today. We are told there is some movement, but there's no deal with any of the companies, Stellantis, GM, or Ford, just yet. The highest wage increase on the table right now is more than 14% over 4 years from Stellantis. That's still far away from the UAW's now decreased demand of 36%. We are watching this hour by hour. Business editor Rob Maloney will have a live update on Local 4 News at 5. Auto industry is still hoping to highlight innovation and the future during the North American International Auto Show. Ford is launching the F150 Fest. It's going on at Hart Plaza tonight. It's promising trucks, tunes, and barbecue for invited guests only. People should start showing up about 90 minutes. It is one of the many events that we're going to see in the coming days. Should be a fun night there. Also, the big charity preview just a few days away. We hope you will join us for special coverage on Friday night. Jason Colthorpe, Rhonda Walker, and our morning team will be joined by special guests to show some of the latest auto innovations. That is Friday night, 7 o'clock on Local 4 and also streaming on Local 4 Plus. Does look like the weather is cooperating downtown. There could be some spotty showers in the area tonight. Forward meteorologist Kim Adams is standing by with the first forecast. It's been a nice afternoon.
It really has. Not too bad. We got rid of some of the clouds and saw a few breaks of the sun. But when we talk about spotty or isolated showers, this is exactly what we're talking about. Most of Metro Detroit is completely dry, but if you go back out to the west, just to the west of Howell, riding right along I-96, it's just an area of rain. It's just moving into Fowlerville. If it holds together, it'll make its way to Howell and then eventually down to Brighton, but it's got a ways to go, and it is pretty isolated. I-96 right now just seems to be a magnet for the showers. As you look back a little further to the west outside Lansing, there's another little pocket of heavy rain. So for the next several hours, expect mostly dry weather, but there are just these tiny little areas of rain that will be popping up here and there. The best thing to do is just download our Forewarn Weather app, and it will let you know, no matter where you are, if rain is near you or in your area. 67 right now in Pontiac, 73 in Mount Clemens, also at Metro Airport, and upper 60s in Ann Arbor. So this evening, temperatures will be dropping down into the upper 50s by midnight, and we are setting ourselves up for a very chilly night here in Metro Detroit. We'll talk about our fall-like weather in just a couple of minutes.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Well, there is more fear and more tension in the search for an escaped murderer over in Pennsylvania. One homeowner says he saw Danilo Cavalcante and the former inmate was stealing a weapon, certainly raising the threat level in this search at this hour. Let's bring in Devin Skillion. He is following the case and has the very latest.
Karen, this has been really worrisome. Danilo Cavalcante has been on the run now for 13 days. He has changed his appearance. He slipped through a search perimeter and now apparently armed. Authorities consider him extremely dangerous, as a matter of fact, but are still hopeful that he will slip up somewhere along the line and will be captured. The news broke overnight about some new sightings of the escapee, and that led to massive searches in Chester County, Pennsylvania. That's just west of Philadelphia. One homeowner says he found a man believed to be Cavalcante in his garage, stealing a rifle and ammunition. Investigators say the homeowner fired a handgun at the man that he believed, again, was Cavalcante, but he was apparently not hit. Officials hope the escapee might be in an 8 to 10 square mile area, but they say searching through the wooded areas there has really posed challenges.
We've been utilizing dogs and we've been utilizing tactical teams. So, again, just because we find a footprint doesn't mean we necessarily know which direction he traveled. And in fact, he had traveled south and then went back north. So it's not a matter of just charging into the woods and knowing that, it's that away.
Cavalcante was convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend back in August. That was just weeks, though, before he escaped.
And what's scary about this is all the different places he's being located, the fact that there could be a weapon. And then you wonder, does he have contacts? Is he getting any kind of help in all this process?
Exactly their concern right now. Police believe that he has been reaching out to some acquaintances in the area, though they haven't been home when he stopped by. So that could just be a matter of luck for police. But they're also warning anyone who might help him, don't do it, because they will be prosecuted.
Most definitely. All right. Thanks, Devin. Well, survivors continue to suffer 4 days after a devastating earthquake in the African nation of Morocco. Many are still in makeshift shelters, and some villagers are saying they have yet to receive any help from authorities. We are told progress is being made. Giant boulders blocking some mountain roads have been cleared. More than 2,900 deaths have been reported so far. Morocco has been selective about accepting help from just a few countries, rejecting offers from countries like the United States and France. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he is directing a House committee to open an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. It will focus on the Biden family's business dealings. McCarthy claims there are some allegations of corruption as Republicans have been probing the past of the president's son, Hunter Biden. The White House calls the move politically motivated and says McCarthy should not cave in to far-right Republicans who've been threatening to shut down the government if they don't get an impeachment investigation. Going under the microscope, a local nonprofit is showing such success with its STEM and STEAM programs as methodologies are being studied by scientists to unlock their secret sauce. But wait, there's more. Let's bring in Paula Tubman. She's inside the downtown boxing gym for us this afternoon. And Paula, this place also just received another award as well.
Yeah, they really did. There's a cornucopia of news to get to here. Start with the fact that their after-school program has already gotten started. Kids love to come here. They love to come here to learn. And now the world really wants to find out what the heck is going on here that makes their program such a big success. For 16 years, Downtown Boxing Gym has been transforming the lives of children in Detroit and the surrounding suburbs. And if you haven't heard it before, don't be fooled by the name, says founder and CEO Kali Sweeney.
They hear the name Downtown Boxing Gym, but they don't hear the story. When we tell them it's books before boxing, or we say that we don't train kids, we train kids for life.
That and the ability to sample many different kinds of sports is only the hook. The anchor is learning.
I enjoy the sports a lot, but another thing I enjoyed is one-on-one help.
I feel like I have an opportunity to do more things here.
Once you learn how to read, the world becomes like just this big place that you can just explore.
Using the same measuring tools as many school districts, DBG raises reading ability an average of 5.5 levels per year with its after-school programming, including tutoring, mentorships, college and career readiness, the list goes on. Plain English, their programs get students reading an average of 1.5 grades higher per year. And it's that kind of measurement that garnered Downtown Boxing Gym, the Library of Congress, American Prize Literacy Award, a huge honor bestowed to only one organization per year with top literacy achievements.
It means that our students are really demonstrating that literacy is possible and rapid progress in literacy is possible when you have everything that you need and you're in a supportive space and environment.
But wait, there's more. The National Science Foundation is now spending $2 million to actually study the DBG model because of its ability to get kids interested in STEM and STEAM, learning it well and making it a career choice.
It's phenomenal and it really validates the method.
And so for the next 5 years, the Downtown Boxing Gym itself goes under the microscope, while scientists try to figure out what they are doing right to turn out such incredible success rates.
Our students are the ones who tell us what they need. We don't make any assumptions about what they need. We don't project what we believe they need on them. We try to inspire them, and through those deep relationships, have them feel the comfortability to come to us as adults and say, this is what I need to succeed.
Teaching kids what they want to learn, and it turns out they want to learn darn near everything. But Karen, how about this? How about also being studied by science just because they want to understand why you're so successful so they can spread the word?
That's really cool. That really is. Thanks, Paula. Appreciate
Yeah,
the
it is cool.
story. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.